now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PoGo.
It's PoGo! PoGo! It's PoGo! PoGo! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PoGo! PoGo.
Welcome to another episode of the PoGo Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my wonderful co-host here late at night. We've got the one and only Lord Jushiro.
Some say I'm sick, but I'm also Jushiro. Hi, everyone.
Sublime was sick last week. Did you know that?
I think not.
It's just
Sorry,
going around.
Sublime.
It's just going around.
Yeah, it's that winter crud.
And we've got the one and only... You know, it's been like 4 or 5 years, Seth, but you're Lord Seth Vilo still.
Some say that you're the only one without a title here.
That is true.
I don't
Lord
have
Thatch.
Lord, but I technically have Doctor. Does that count?
No, that is true.
Fine,
Dr.
I allow
Thatch.
it.
I'm technically a doctor.
I, as the Lord, decree
One of the most confusing things in my life is being called doctor, like
Professor
in an
Dr.
email.
Thatch.
Sometimes I get called doctor in emails and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh yeah, that can't be me.
I'm like, I've had a PhD now for like 7 years, and I'm just like, I forget that I have it all the time. I just forget.
Yeah.
Because what they don't tell you when you get a PhD is that you end up working with a lot of people with PhD, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter. Like everybody that I know, most of the people that I work with have a PhD, and we
Mhm.
just don't recognize the fact that you have a PhD. We just don't care.
It's just assumed.
You just assume that they have.
Oh, well, and then you're like, we work with people who don't have them as well, and we just don't care. Like, right?
Right.
We're just like, yeah, you could probably figure this out. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Which is true.
The
Most of
real
time.
world is like that sometimes, you know?
Yeah. And so like occasionally like some company will come to us and be like, and they'll call us by like doctor, whatever our name is. And
Right.
It's how you can weed out the people who don't know you.
well, it's just like very off-putting. it's just like, oh yeah, I guess I am. But
Oh,
yeah. Welcome to the PoGo Podcast.
The Doctor Show.
Yeah, welcome to PoGo Podcast, the
Get your
Pokemon
titles
Underground
here.
Champions League, where we talk about Pokemon. Anything from the video game to the trading card game to everything in between. And yeah, it's a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007.
Woo! What are the Pokemon titles? They have those now.
Pokemon titles? Oh, you mean like the stamps, like the marks?
The marks or whatever, like Tinkaton
yeah.
the Violent or whatever.
Oh, right.
They do, yeah. I like those. That's very cute.
Yeah, I do. Anything that you can customize them and just makes them better.
I like them. Well, it's not really like customizable, but I like them as like an alternative to shiny Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like shiny Pokemon, I think people want them too much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They no longer feel as rare as they used to.
Well, they aren't. That's part of the reason.
Right.
Yeah, they're literally half as rare, actually.
Yeah,
Funny you
they're
mention.
half as rare. But on top of that, I think like they're so quote unquote mainstream in the Pokemon fandom
Right.
that
Mhm.
it doesn't feel as special. It's like, yeah, you worked really hard to get that. And that's cool. But they came up with marks, which I think are like I thought about this earlier this week. It's really cool they came up with marks because it's like a very weird thing that doesn't affect honestly anything
Yeah.
Right.
that is really rare, and you can hunt it if you want, and there's value if you hunt it.
Yeah. It was so fun. I did it
Also-
for Applins for a long time.
Yeah, I just don't feel bad if I miss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if I miss the intelligent mark on the giraffe ring that's coming up, right? Like, I just
Right.
don't.
But
But
if
if
I
you
could-
have it,
But if I could have, like, Annihilate with the Scholar, that's very funny.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I agree with you on that. I think it's fine. It's very fine.
Anyway, that was off topic. Off topic of the Welcome to Puckle part. We were just talking about titles.
I don't think that's off topic. There's no off topic here for the Welcome to Puckle part, okay?
That's fair.
Have you guys been doing anything in Pokemon interesting?
a bit of pocket TCG.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like the novelty is wearing off real quick.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, it's fun. I mean, it's good.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's best I can. I mean, it's great. It's fun. It's just that once you play the same decks from the same sets so many times, it's like, well, I'm kind of tired. Either I wait till more stuff come out or move on. And it's fine.
I think so.
To quote the Inkspren, this is.
Stop it.
That's what I've been doing.
I should ask you, how far are you? What chapter are you on?
I think I'm on chapter 65.
I'm on 60. For those of you at home, this is Wind and Truth of the Stormlight series.
I just entered day 6.
Yeah, I'm still on day 5. I'm almost done with day 5.
Okay. Yeah, I just started day 6. If you have not read or listened to, like a proper Voron man, the Stormlight Archive,
Yes.
highly recommended. It's very good.
Yeah, Seth and myself are both on that right now.
Yep, Linian is too. It was his fault.
Yeah, it was. I did play Pokemon this week. I did do the Puckle Badge Bonanza.
Oh, yeah.
Which is TCG this month.
Nice.
All you have to do is get to Ultra Ball on TCG Live, which is honestly, if you play TCG regularly, very easy.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it's definitely a little bit more difficult. But we do have an excellent starter guide on the Discord for you to grab a couple decks from if you've never played before, and they're decks that you can afford with very little credits.
Yeah.
It
and
is
they
very
give you
good.
some pretty good ones in there just for existing.
They do.
So that's great.
Just for coming in, they give you really good decks. And so I do recommend going into that if you want to do it. I mean, I've played a lot of different decks on stream. I'm getting back into streaming. I've done 3 since the last episode. Or 3 in the past 2 weeks.
Ooh, that's right. I've been seeing you.
I know. It's hype. I'll be back this Tuesday. I'm excited.
I got real hyped. I got to judge another event thing, so that's been fun. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I got to issue a couple double prize penalties, so that was fun.
Oh, for what? Why did you issue them?
Let's see. One was one was for reveal, drawing an extra card off of something.
Okay.
But whether intentional or not, it wasn't able to be confirmed by both opponents, so we did double prize.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was... It was so weird that I can't quite remember the situation. It happens a lot with the juniors tables because I don't know how they craft situations that are so abnormal from
they're children.
Master
That's
level
why.
drawing an extra player. It's I did this and I accidentally flipped my card upside down and I'm at the wrong table playing the wrong opponent and we accidentally switched decks.
Wow. That sounds right.
And I didn't notice that it wasn't my deck for a turn. This could be a situation that happens.
I believe that for juniors, actually. I believe
that.
Yeah.
It gets fun there.
I felt really bad once. This was probably a year ago, because I haven't played in a challenge in a very long time. But about a year ago, I played in a league challenge where I got second in this league challenge just for funsies, because I just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the end of the season. So not as many people showed up as just people who usually go to league, right?
Yeah.
And I ended up getting second, which was really cool.
Nice.
But I remember I was playing in it, and one round I just won because my opponent and I were playing, and it was turn 3 of the first.
Oh, no.
It was turn 3, and my opponent looks down at the board and he goes, "I'm gonna scoop," and I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "I forgot to lay out prizes."
Yep, that happens. If he searched his deck more than 3 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, "I forgot to lay out prizes." And I was like, "Okay, I'll take the win."
That's one of the things I walk around and check for, and I have definitely caught people on turn 1, right before anything major happens, being like, "Hey man, set your prizes." Hey.
Yeah. And then I remember, I remember I was 3-0 or something, and I got paired against the junior for some reason.
It happens.
Because he was doing well, I guess.
Yeah.
I never played against... I felt so bad. I never felt bad about winning a game until I beat that kid. It was a year and a half ago. So I was playing Arc Duraldon Umbreon.
Was he sad when he lost?
That kid played Lugia, and I just crushed him. And I felt so bad.
Wow.
Did he
the kid was actually really good in terms of how he took the loss and stuff like that. In terms of being a kid who didn't get really upset that they lost and stuff. Fantastic. My favorite kind of kid to play. I just that made it worse beating him, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Some of the kids at my league that I've, played multiple games against are, I would say, probably better than me. Not even lying.
It wasn't that the kid was better or worse than me. It was just I felt bad that I beat a 10-year-old that took the loss better than some of the Masters opponents I've ever played. You know? I'm like, man, the fact the kid took the loss that well means he should have won. Like
that story would have been really funny if you'd have said, "Yeah, I fought in a junior and I made him cry," and then you revealed it was a year ago.
I mean, it was a year and a half ago, and I did that. I ended up doing pretty well. Like I was really happy with that deck. It was like the first time I had played in person too in like 3 or 4 months. I just like saw that the local store was like holding a league challenge. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I want to get some championship points on the board, right?
Yeah.
And I went and I ended up getting second, so I got 12 championship points on the board. That was cool.
There you go.
That's awesome. You heard it here first, people. Beating juniors makes Thatch feel nice.
I mean, not that part, but like getting second in the Masters division was really cool. I mean, I think I had one loss that whole night. I forget what it was too, but I played a lot of decks that night. I remember because it was like 5 rounds. It was a long challenge.
Oof.
I'm hyped for the Atlanta regional that's happening.
Yeah, that's true. It just like popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a randomly recent thing.
That popped out of nowhere. That's very local for you. So
Very local. I'm just going to drive to it.
okay, that's not saying a lot.
I'd make that drive for work.
That's not saying a lot because you drive a lot of places for regionals.
That's also true. But I mean, like, I do this. This is my
you
morning
drove to
commute.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I did drive
Oof.
to Fort Wayne after picking you up.
Yeah. To be fair, I was on the way.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Like I was not.
I think
that
I would have
far.
saved 2 hours.
Really? I don't think it's that much.
I think it throws me a diagonal at one point instead of up and to
Yeah,
the
but I
left.
gave you a bed to sleep in, so like that
is true.
Right?
Yeah,
I gave you a bed to sleep in, so
Yeah.
that's something. That counts, right?
that counts.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That counts. But yeah. All right. Well, Jushiro, I'm sorry I gave you nothing to talk about. So
No, it's fine.
I'm going to go ahead and end the segment here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to our news segment. So let's cue that epic music.
Coming to you live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
Welcome to the news. In the news, we've got things to talk about, maybe.
We've got news.
Pokemon is partnering with the claymation studio Armed Man.
Oh, wait.
Is that what it is?
Aardman.
Aardman.
Yes.
They
Like
made
Aardvark.
Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run. Those movies from the early
which
2000s.
are really good. Yeah,
They
they're
are
really
actually really good
animations,
claymation.
FYI.
They are actually really
Right.
good claymation.
I definitely trolled Linian by sending him a picture of Gromit with Wallace, the gym leader.
No, that's funny actually. And they're gonna do something in 2027. We don't know what, but they're gonna do something.
Probably
Maybe.
a
Wallace and
movie
Gromit,
or, like,
Hoenn, gym
yeah.
leader, and dog unite.
I'm in for it.
I imagine it'll be in the same
Animation
vein
is
as
an
like
art that should
the
never go
Pokemon
away.
Concierge
The
or
hotel
whatever.
thing. Yeah.
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 I mean, it probably won't be Pokemon Concierge, but honestly, I imagine it's gonna be more of like a cutesy thing
Yeah.
than any
Yeah.
kind of like lore thing or anything else. Which honestly, what is the Pokemon franchise other than cutesy things? Like, let's be honest.
In this economy.
Also, Aardman is better than Darman. For those who know what that is.
You're gonna go to, if you go to Japan, you're just gonna go
Uh-huh.
to the Pokemon Cafe, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, that was a really cute experience." And then you're gonna go to the Pokemon centers, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, that was really cute." And that is what Pokemon is about.
You want to know a stupid, silly idea that I want to do with my life at some point if money wasn't an object?
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Go to cons with a food truck, and the food truck has food items themed to Pokemon moves.
You know that's what the Pokemon Cafe is in Japan. Just
I know.
about.
I know that's basically what it is, but like imagine
He's a food truck.
a Euro ball.
Name Gyro Ball. Yeah.
A gyro ball. Yeah,
A
exactly.
Gyro Ball.
It's a Euro ball.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff like that.
is disgusting, but it's fine. Pickles,
How dare you.
cucumbers, can't do it. It's a me
How-
problem. It's a me problem, not a you problem. Okay?
How dare you?
I've accepted this. It's really just it reflects on me.
I'm glad
It
you
doesn't
had the
reflect on you.
discussion with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reflects on me. Like the fact that I can't do, dude, I want to do, you know how badly I want to do cucumbers? Like
Your
I can,
bloodline
like,
is weak, old man.
We can
when I
see
eat
how
a
badly you
when
want
I
to do
eat
it.
a
You're having a
cucumber,
fight with yourself
when I
about it.
eat a cucumber, I feel both refreshed and feel like I want to throw up at the same time. Okay.
Refreshed and reviled.
Yes. I feel both of those emotions. I feel both those things at the same time. I'm like, wow.
I've learned
this would-
something new about you.
Yeah. I wish I could eat a cucumber so badly.
Yeah, that probably makes you feel like you're in quite a pickle.
I can't do pickles either. It's the worst thing. It's really the worst. You should talk to my wife about this next time you're here, Seth. Okay?
I will. Now I know what snack is safe.
Like, I literally just can't do pickles and cucumbers. Like, it's just there's something about cucumbers that like I'm genetically predisposed to not being able to eat. It is absolutely horrible. And what's worse is like. What's worse is like I want to eat them. I'll go to other people's. I'll go to other people's
always
houses.
have that open mind, right? You're like, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it,
it'll
and then I
work.
put it in my mouth, and then I'm about to throw up.
Good.
I swear to God, like I'm just like this time it's gonna be fine, and like I put it in my mouth, does not work.
It was not fine.
It was not fine. Like I try so hard. I promise.
And got so far.
What was really bad was
But in the end,
But at the end,
we had people come over to our house, and they were just like, we're gonna come and we're gonna prepare a dish at your house, and we're gonna have this really nice dinner together. And they decided to make these rolls where it was like egg rolls. It was essentially like egg rolls, but not deep fried. I forget what they're called. It escapes me right now.
Spring
at
rolls?
9:00 at night. Spring rolls. Yeah, thank you.
you're welcome.
And they put cucumber in them, and so I ate them, and I almost died. Right, like I almost.
I want to imagine that Thatch has the same monologue as he's in the table with the plate.
Right. Essentially,
Finding himself like, I can do this. There's no
I can do
reason
this.
why I can't eat this cucumber.
why can't I eat
And
this
people are like,
cucumber?
"Are you
I
okay?"
want to eat
He
this
gives himself
cucumber.
this monologue every time.
It is a very refreshing vegetable. Why can I not eat this? And then I try, and then I'm just
Y'all-
like, why am I doing this to myself? I feel awful.
Y'all, this is how dry the news is.
Right. Sorry, you
Pokemon-
gotta get us rifting now for today. 'cause,
You're not
oh
getting
my God,
refreshed like
This
from
is
this
5
one.
minutes in. I'm sorry. You've learned
Yeah.
about how Thatch can't eat cucumbers, and despite wanting to.
honestly more interesting than whatever news we have right now.
What's the other news bit that you have assigned to you, Thatch?
Oh, me muero.
Pokemon TV, the YouTube channel, not the app.
Not the app.
Not the app, the YouTube channel, has been releasing about 5 episodes a day so far. So if you want like an hour and a
Good
half
for
of
them.
Pokemon episodes, like
Right.
you've got them. They're coming. They're coming at you.
Yeah.
Live from YouTube.
There you go.
Actually,
Recorded
that's a
episodes
good
coming at
pace.
you live.
I should watch those. I should watch it as they
Yeah.
release them. And like I said last week, this is very similar to what Power Rangers did, so I'm unsurprised. They have done this. Power Rangers essentially has like the whole catalog on YouTube because the company has decided that they can just like they can make more money with ad revenue on YouTube than not doing anything with the content.
Fair enough.
So absolutely all
Hey,
for
whatever works. Yep.
I'm all for it.
All
They're
right.
probably making more money putting it on YouTube than they ever did with the Pokemon TV app. The Pokemon
Probably.
TV app probably lost them money. I'm going to be honest with you.
Probably.
For sure. Yeah. For sure.
Anyway, the next color's assigned to me.
Yeah, it's you, Seth.
All right. Scarlet and Violet news. There's two things, kind of. Reminder, Shiny Rayquaza raids start Thursday. of
I'm
this
actually
week,
excited
so
for that. I'm actually excited
Go
for
out
that.
and grab them. That is cool.
I love
That's
I
really
love
cool.
I love those raids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love any big raids. Like my favorite thing in not Scarlet and Violet, but Sword and Shield was like when we did like the Zero Aura and the Mewtwo raids. Those were my favorite. I love those so
Mhm.
much.
Fun.
When you had to get other people in and you had to strategize and you had to have a good time.
Yep.
It was fun. I love
Nice.
those kinds of raids. So I'm excited for Shiny Rayquaza raids. Bring it
Nice.
on.
The other piece of news that isn't on here, but I want to point out because it's hilarious, is if y'all are in on the Smogon world, you know, ye oldie competitive Pokemon, they're doing something really fun that they've done
Wow. Yield.
for, I think, a year or two now, but they've never done this. there are like ways, I haven't quite read the rules yet, but there's ways you can spend your likes that you have in like the Smogon forums. If you have those.
Okay.
And one of the awards is if, I guess, a single post or whatever gets 500,000 likes, that Pokemon that's nominated in that post will be suspect tested in OU.
I don't know if I like that.
It's like within
they're
reason.
rifting
they're
as much as we are in this Pokemon podcast.
I think the current lead is can I click this? Where is this? I feel like the current lead is Palafin that they're gonna try and repost or retest.
Okay, to be fair, Palafin might be reasonable to do that with.
Yeah, like they have guardrails up, so you're not bringing down like Shadow Rider Calyrex, but they've got a tally going and things like that, and it's a really funny event that could actually have an impact on OU. So
hilarious.
Go do that if you want to.
Give them the likes.
Yeah. Okay, that's all for like the video game side of things, though. On to Pokemon Go. So, news for Pokemon Go. Reminder, this weekend is the Super Community Rerun for all of the community days from the past year. And I think there might be scatterings of last year's things in raids, not just out in the open. So, cool chance to catch up for the last 2 years if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 2 additional events going on just around the season time period. From the 17th to the 22nd, there is a Holiday Dedenne, and Shiny Sandygast is unlocked. And from the 22nd to the 27th, there's Holiday Wooloo / Dubwool. You can evolve it and it keeps it. And unlocked Shiny Citadel. So go grab them.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
And for those of you who maybe not be on Go, but are in the TCG, Pocket has confirmed that the next booster, which will be featuring Mew EX, releases Tuesday, the 17th.
Woo.
I'm a little bit hyped because some of the cards in there look funny, and they've definitely solidified Aerodactyl as the troll card of the TCG Pocket meta.
Let's see. It only affects the active, so I don't know how
it only
much
affects
that's
the
gonna block
active,
you.
but I mean, 80 for 2 isn't bad. For those of you who don't know, the Aerodactyl EX that comes out in here, it states your opponent, it has an ability that states your opponent can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their active Pokemon.
Yep.
Annoying.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
The Vaporeon, though. That Vaporeon's the one that I'm looking forward to, which has the Pokemon, the power washed out, I think it's called, where you can just move water energies from your bench to your active water Pokemon.
That is cool.
And it's
not an EX.
Honestly.
What?
And it's not an EX. To me, that's the card of that set that I'm super excited for.
And the Mew, of course, copies your opponent's attack. That's going to be everywhere.
But for 3 colorless, it's a little bit too expensive.
Pocket's slower, so you have
That
time
is
for it.
And of course, the Puckle Batch Bonanza is TCG this month, as Thatch had previously mentioned in the intro.
Woohoo! And to pad the segment length, Wo Chien's News Corner. News brought to you at a snail's pace.
Speaking of which,
10 years ago this week, the Pokemon TV app was announced for Fire TV and Roku. That ended. It's now a YouTube channel, which honestly is the better way to do it.
Next topic is going to be Pokemon flashes in the pan. Things that lasted a year or less.
To be fair,
here, folks.
Pokemon TV, the app lasted like 8 or 9 years, which is fine.
Yeah, it lasted a long time.
Was it downloadable for 8 or 9 years, or did it last for 8 or 9 years? Let's
both.
No,
both.
It was downloadable.
No. Actually, the entire time it was up was actually really nice.
Really?
It was.
They would do these like really cute things where they would like. I've done it. I had done it before. Granted, I am like the super Pokemon fan, so I am not the typical person that exists on this planet. But
you're not quite to playing Pokemon Cafe Remix, but you're up there.
Yeah. I will never play that game.
I tried it for like 30 minutes, and it's like, this is the dumbest thing.
My Pokemon fandom, the farthest it will go for like a gimmicky game is Pokemon Go. Okay.
Yeah.
I did try Magikarp Jump. When Magikarp Jump came out, I did give it a shot. I'm not going to lie to you.
Kind of funny, just to be silly.
Not worth it, but it was fun.
Totally forgot about Magikarp Jump. Completely forgot about that.
Pokemon TV, though, I did use it because they would put together like thematic groups of episodes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like around this time of year, they would have put together maybe not like a Christmas package, but like a winter package.
Things that take place in the ice parts. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like 8 episodes of like winter. And I'm like, that's kind of cute. Or they would do like 8 episodes of like, hey, it's summer, and I would be able to watch that. And it was very cute. I did appreciate that. Would I do it super often? No. But would I do it when I'm folding laundry? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's great background noise.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I really appreciated it for that. Because I'm a big sucker for Pokemon anime, especially before like the voice actor change. Mostly for like the nostalgia hit,
I have to move back and rewatch again. It's been so long since I've seen.
I honestly, with Pokemon TV doing like 5 episodes a day, I'm kind of into the idea of trying it. Granted, Wind and Truth came out, so like my free time is a little bit occupied right now.
Yeah, we have to figure out what's happening in Roshar.
What's going on with Roshar? Well, that's important. Okay, guys. Nobody's gonna get that. Nobody's gonna get this reference. I can't find a single person in my real life friend group that is reading this book right now, and it is very upsetting.
I actually have a couple. I finally got my brother into it, and a friend of mine, and we are often like, "Oh gosh, where are you? What can I talk about?"
Jushiro, you need to read this book. But either way,
yeah, Jushiro.
Yeah, could you read the first 4 books though in like a week, real fast?
Yeah.
No.
Ignore the fact that each one is like 60 hours of audiobook.
Yeah, the audiobooks are only like 50 hours a piece for each of the first 4. So if you can get through that, real quick.
50 hours?
Yeah, they are. Okay.
That's how much work hours are in the week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, listen while you're working, like I.
Right, but I doubt I can do 4 in a week.
Okay. Either way. Back to Pokemon and the news. Puckle's Pokey opinion. What's your favorite winter themed Pokemon? Same question, new co-host. 'Tis the season. Mine's still Snover, because I want to decorate Snover with Christmas ornaments and lights.
Ice is so frustrating because ice.
No,
is like
winter.
winter.
It doesn't have to be ice, but winter.
Doesn't have to be ice.
Well, winter.
Sawsbuck has a winter form, like by name.
Right.
Mine is going to be Tinkaton in the holiday Hollowware.
No, doesn't count, Seth. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't count.
Doesn't count. I don't know why it doesn't.
It's brand new.
It's brand new.
So
it's allowed.
No, I'm gonna have to say a cop-out answer and say Alolan Ninetales.
Done. Allowed.
Yeah,
better than Seth's. I'll tell you that much.
What the heck?
But I do love me some winter Pokemon. That's for sure.
Delibird being straight up Santa is funny to me.
I believe.
Speaking of Pokemon that require an evolution.
Oh, that's true. We'll get back to that. All right.
We'll get back to that.
With that, though,
Spoilers.
guys, we are going to go ahead and we're going to kick it over to our Pokel's Poke Quiz. We're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Oh, hi, and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce Gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The host can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to our Poke Quiz. Our Poke Quiz today is about to start. So, with that, we're going to start into our first question. I don't know how these start. It's like 9:30, guys. It's like 9:30.
Oh my god!
It's been a long day.
You got us.
What's worse is my wife. My wife has been starting to wake me up earlier. because
drinks have been had.
we want to work out.
Boo!
And I've been really good at working out to the point that like my body can't take it anymore. But
I'm so good at it that I can't even do it anymore.
have you ever run so much that when you wake up,
Have you ever
your
been
ankles
so
don't work?
good at running?
Have you ever run so much that no, it's not good at running. Have you ever just run so much that like your ankles don't work anymore?
I'm so good at running that my body's literally telling me to stop.
That's really what's happening. She forbid me from like properly working out this morning. I'm not even kidding. But either way, this is going to be from
trivia.
This first question is going to come to you from friends who don't let friends play fossils. That's the username.
That's a great freaking callback.
The darkness and metal type were introduced in the Neo Genesis set, but their energies were not released until much later.
Shoot.
When was darkness and metal energy first introduced? I'm assuming they mean basic metal and darkness energy.
Yeah, as a basic energy type, because they were just a special energy type forever. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I will not know the exact
Ruby Sapphire set.
Unless I Google it right now, I
have no idea.
Because I really don't. In my brain, it all melded together, and it just happened.
That's such a good name.
It is.
I'm gonna say it's the Ruby Sapphire sets.
Are you going with that? Are you locking that in?
Yes.
Yeah,
that is unfortunately incorrect. It's actually the base Diamond and Pearl set.
What?
Yeah, it was that long.
No way.
It was that long. Yeah.
Hey, at least I was on the right train.
At least you're just like new generation, new energy.
I just got off a stop early.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Oh, wow. Okay. I like this name. This is from Oricorio is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Pokemon with this type combination have only been released in DLCs. What type is it?
Whoa.
And this can be including like regional forms and stuff like that, so keep that in mind.
Right. I would say the poison monkey, dog, and bird.
Poison fairy, poison fighting. That's not true because Toxicroak. And poison psychic.
True. Who else is poison psychic? No one else, right?
I can't think of any. It's two combinations. Is that what you said?
It just has one, but I think there's two based on how you're talking. So.
I mean, poison fairy. Is there a poison fairy other than Pheasant Skibbity?
Don't say it like that, God. What a callback to an earlier conversation that's not in this podcast.
I inflict psychic damage on my opponents when I'm playing the card game and I tap it.
I'm not even your opponent. I'm just reading questions, okay?
Well, what's that attack that attacks in two turns later? I forgot the name.
Future Sight.
Yeah,
that was Future Sight. That was Future Sight damage. I just took that.
Okay. Oh wow.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
okay, sorry. Repeat the question.
What are we doing with? What is your answer?
We're gonna go with psychic poison for.
Oh right,
Monkey Dory.
I'll give you poison psychic because that counts with Monkey Dory and Galarian Slowbro and Slowking. I think poison fairy might also be applicable. Honestly.
Yeah,
I can't remember
because I think Festivity also technically counts, but it's fine.
I think it's a single type of that.
I think it's the only Pokemon that has that type. You're 1 for 2, so your next question is your Pokedex entry question. And we're going to get this from the best username, Gold Cheese Stick.
Gold Cheese.
No.
I love it.
Gold
this is great. These are fire.
I will tell you
these names are all fire today.
The answer is not Golden Go.
Shoot.
Okay.
I will spoil that for you. This is from Pokemon Sword. That's what the entry is from. It reads, within its internal organs, this Pokemon amplifies the frigid air it gets from eating snow, and then uses this amplified air to create icicle-like spikes. Who's that Pokemon?
That might be Bergmite.
Yes.
Is there anything else that's like specifically ice and spiky? It's not any of the Pilos, because those are tusks.
Cloyster, but again, I don't.
Could Sandslash, Alolan Sandslash?
Ooh, yeah, but still, your first choice sounds more for me. Sounds better.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like more of a Bergmite thing than a Sandslash thing.
Yeah, Bergmite.
Are you locking in Bergmite?
Giving it a couple seconds extra in case I think of anything else. I'm good with it. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't think of anything too.
Bergmite is unfortunately incorrect. Your next entry is going to come from Pokemon Shield. And it says, it eats snow that is upon the ground. It eats snow that is on the ground. It prefers
Very
soft,
helpful.
freshly fallen snow. So it will eat its way up a mountain, aiming for the peak.
Sword and Shield?
Sword and Shield.
And it's just a snow-eating,
It's snow-eating
spiky
small
little guy. Maybe.
Little guy.
May or
Just
may
a
not
little-
have spikes.
Just a little guy.
Is it Snom? Is it the spiky Snom thing?
Oh my
Is
God,
that
it
what we're
could be
doing?
Snom.
Are
Oh
you
my
going with
God, it
Snom?
could be Snom.
Is Snom your answer?
What do you think, Jushi?
Yeah, it's the most that sounds now. I
Yeah.
forgot about it.
YOLO. Snom.
Snom is correct.
Dang
It
it.
is in fact Snom. Just a small little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. Why are you so popular,
guys,
Small?
I'm gonna eat the whole mountain.
Why are you so small, Snom? Well, basically, I'm small.
Well, as you see.
All right. Well, last week they got a different question. This week you're getting this question. All right. This is going to be from Nick on the Discord. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 answers here. What I'm going to do is you guys are up for 3 points. For every 2 answers you get me, you get a point. If you get all 7, you know what? I'm feeling generous. You can have an extra point. You can get up to 4
It's
points.
the holiday
here.
season.
It's the holiday season. We're spreading cheer. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. If you get all 7, you get 4 points. That's 4
Heck
points. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna jump in. Our first this question is from Nick. Like I said, hopefully you watched the anime.
Oh, no.
Which Pokemon belonging to main characters pre-Horizons? This is in Pokemon Horizons.
Oh no.
Okay.
In the anime, were caught in non-typical Pokeballs, and by that I think just Pokeballs that aren't just Pokeballs.
Okay. So, like, not the actual just regular Pokeball.
Yeah, and you have 3 strikes and then you're out.
Are they
obviously.
just all the Ultra Beasts?
You do have to lock them in. These are Pokemon that were in the anime that were caught in non-Pokeballs.
I definitely feel
There
like
are
I've seen
7
clips
answers.
of at least Buzzwole being caught in a Beast Ball.
These are Pokemon that were caught by protagonists that were kept and used on teams.
Oh. Well, now with that stipulation,
I mean, where else would they hold them?
well, it'd be like
Pokeballs.
Great Ball, Ultra
These are
Ball.
still Pokeballs. These are things that are, are
Oh.
not Pokeballs, but can be
Okay,
different
gotcha.
Pokeballs.
Just not the standard.
We see 'em being
Pokeball.
caught
Okay,
with
okay,
something
okay.
yeah,
else.
not standard Pokeballs.
Right.
Yeah.
Does the GS ball count?
The GS ball does not count because we never saw what
The
was in it.
Hyper Ball in the Pikachu Adventures manga.
This is the anime, not the manga. Okay, get that right.
He had to catch the Haunter with it. I know that.
I know exactly what you're
Okay,
talking about,
anime,
which is-
anime,
Yeah.
Pokeball. I'm stumped.
I have nothing. This is great.
You know nothing? Yeah. Okay, I could have
have
at least come up with
nothing.
like 3 of these. I could
I'm
have come up with
trying.
3
I'm
of them.
trying to. I have a bunch of like
You do have the
season one,
hint.
We'll call
You
it.
do have the hints.
I think
don't
we
forget.
have to cash it in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to catch it.
'Cause I don't
yeah.
have anything.
Okay.
I have no idea, man.
I'm gonna give you a lot of these. I'm gonna tell you who owns them.
Okay.
And I hope you can translate.
Okay.
In season 1, Ash caught 30 of these in Japan, but we never got to see them.
Tauros Safari Ball.
Taurus
That is
with the
correct.
Safari Ball.
That is 1.
Yep.
That's not a full point yet. In season 2, Brock caught one of these in a fastball.
Oh.
In season 2,
it is-
in Johto, Ash caught one of these in a lure ball. In Johto, Misty caught one of these in a lure ball. In Alola, Jesse caught one of these in a luxury ball. In Alola, Ash caught one of these in a beast ball. In Alola, Lana caught one of these in a dive ball. Do
Okay.
your worst.
Okay. So we got Tauros.
Tauros is correct. Yes, that's 1. That's halfway to a point.
Yeah. I
And then
feel
Brock
like
caught her one with a quick bar or a
a
fastball.
fastball. I feel like that would be. Did he have a Zubat in season 2?
He caught the
it in
Zubat in season 1.
though.
I'm just going to tell you
Oh,
that
did
so
he?
that we don't go down this route.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
This Pokemon
Drat.
like to explode.
Alola Ash Beast Ball is got to be Poipole.
I will take
Wait,
the Poipole.
Electro?
It's Naganadel/Poipole. That is correct, yes.
Oh yeah, Poipole
Wait,
kind of
so
just high.
That is a full point.
He did. Brock did have an Electro, didn't he?
Did you say
I'm taking your
Electro?
word on this.
This is in Johto. In Johto, Brock uses a fastball.
Yeah.
I would assume that any Pokemon I said using a curveball might be a Gen 2 Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
It likes to
Lana
explode.
Dive Ball.
He took it with him to Hoenn. I remember very much
He
so.
likes to explode.
He got an Alolan Geodude.
In season 3 of the anime.
He was ahead of his time.
God, I wish that was true. Alolan Geodude's such a good Pokemon. Alolan Geodude's a good Pokemon. I like it.
Shamu used it very effectively in PTU the other day.
I believe you.
He threw it out and exploded it immediately. Lana
I'm
Dive
stumped.
Ball feels like wishy-washy.
First strike.
Crud.
This Pokemon it is not a water type. That isn't that Dive Ball.
Oh.
It has a really cool hairdo too.
What? Is it Geodude? Not Geodude.
Is it
Dugtrio? Is it? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Lana caught a certain Pokemon that was the promotion for a game that came after Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon.
Simi Sage. No.
There's a game that came after Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon that was on the Switch that we all forgot existed in 2019. It's fine.
Pokemon, let's go.
Getting closer.
Oh,
I'm smelling it. You're
no.
halfway there, Jushiro. You're halfway there. You got the first
the
half of that game.
Let's go Pikachu and let's
Let's.
go Eevee.
Okay. You said the name of the game.
Is it Eevee?
Eevee is correct. Lana caught
Yay.
in the dive ball. That is 3 of them.
Eevee and a dive ball? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Jessie Alola Luxury Ball.
Jessie Alola Luxury Ball. She caught like one Pokemon in Alola. Let's figure this out.
Was it a psychic type?
It was
close.
That she finally.
It would have been Psychic type in the TCG, that's for sure.
Ooh. Is it modern TCG or early TCG?
Probably both.
Would it have been
Mid
poison type?
TCG.
No, it would not have been Poison type.
Okay, so it's maybe a ghost.
Right.
So a ghost in a luxury ball. Mimikyu?
Pumpkaboo.
Mimikyu.
Is correct. That is 4. You guys have 2 points.
Okay,
you've gotten the
missing-
Tauros, you've gotten the Eevee, you got the Mimikyu and the Naganadel. Now, what you're missing is Brock caught something in a fastball, Ash caught something in a lure ball, and Misty caught something in a lure ball. This is all from seasons 3 through 5 of the anime. Please
So
figure it
Johto?
out. You are going to hurt me if you can't figure this out.
I don't know.
At least one of them you should be able to figure out. It was like a mainstay on Ash's team. Please stop hurting me.
I'm sorry.
I'm physically pained.
What was Ash?
Oh
one
my
again?
gosh.
Ash caught something in a lure ball.
Lure.
In Johto, right?
Ash and Misty actually had a battle over it to see who actually caught it because they both threw.
I remember
threw
that
a ball at the
episode. I
same
don't
time.
remember the Pokemon. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
what
yes.
Pokemon were they fighting over? Do you remember? I do. I remember.
I remember
Pepperidge
the
Farm.
episode that they're fighting. I just don't remember the Pokemon.
I remember. It's very easy.
Was it Lapras? No.
Don't hurt me, Jushiro.
This is all you, my
remember
guy.
It frustrates me because I remember the episode.
This was in Johto. It's probably a Gen
Johto,
2
Johto.
Pokemon.
Right.
There's a
Because they were
hundred
trying to
of
hype up Johto. A water type Pokemon you would catch in a lure ball. A water type Pokemon. A
Chinchou.
water type Pokemon that Ash would have caught in the Pokemon anime.
them. Is it a Totodile?
Hey, Totodile! Ash caught Totodile! Great job, guys. You're at 5. Wow. Okay. Wow, I hurt really bad. All right. Brock caught this Pokemon in a fastball, and Misty caught this Pokemon in a lure ball. Probably
Oh
a Gen
my
2
gosh.
Pokemon. They're probably Gen 2 Pokemon.
They're probably
What's a Gen-
Gen 2 Pokemon.
They're
What's the
probably
Gen 2
Gen 2
Pokemon that explodes that Brock had?
What's fast,
Raveler?
guys? That Brockhead.
It likes to
Raveler.
spin. It likes to spin and clear hazards.
It's Donphan.
Oh, it's Fur.
Hi.
or Phanpy.
Fur?
Great
I forgot
Tusk.
the name of it.
Why are you hurting me?
Hitmontop.
Fortress.
Is that what you're locking in? You're locking in Hitmontop?
I don't
Fortress.
know.
Fortress. Or
Are we locking in Fortress? Are we locking in Fortress?
Yeah, we're locking
Yeah,
in
sure.
Fortress and our suffering.
Fortress is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's 6. That's 6. Oh, okay. Misty caught this
Misty
Pokemon in
had
the
a
lure
water
ball.
type. It's a Suicune.
Oh
No.
my God. This Pokemon was not a water type at some point.
at some point wasn't a water type.
It was really good with Eviolite at one point recently as not a water type.
It's not a water type.
What evolves into a water?
Really bulky with Eviolite and not a water type because
That's not water.
it's like the real world equivalent if it died and became
if it
like
touches
really
water?
white.
Oh,
It is
Corsola.
Zorua.
Thank God. Okay, thank you, Jushiro. How
I
many
think
points?
my
Is
answer
this
of
5
Zorua is
points?
still-
Is this 5 points? I'm gonna give you.
We've gained points and Thatch has lost HP points.
6 points.
Psychic
I've
damage.
lost a lot. I've taken a lot of psychic damage today. I think I give you 6 points. You guys have 6 points.
Sure.
And so finally, your last question is your base stat question, as always. I wrote down a timestamp, and I have to erase it 7 times now because I thought we'd be done earlier. All right. So your next question is your base stat question, as always, and this is going to come to you from the Afterman. Which Pokemon that evolves via trait evolution has the highest base speed of all Pokemon that
Wow.
evolve via trait evolution?
Is it the It's the final form. The
The
thing that
final
evolves after
form.
the
The
trait.
final form. Yes.
Okay.
And this
Trait
is just
evos
trade.
that are
This is
fast.
just trade evos. I don't think it requires
Just trade.
No items. No items.
Okay.
So, like I said,
So
it's pretty fast.
Gengar comes to mind first. It's at 110.
Ooh, Gengar is faster, yeah.
And there could be other special conditions that go on it, not just trade, but it is trade.
Okay.
No items.
Ooh,
no items.
This guy, the bug that that's a ninja.
Ninjask? No.
No.
I know exactly
when
what
you
you're
trade it
saying.
with Shelby, it evolves.
Oh,
Shelby evolves
Excelgor.
into.
Excelgor.
Did you call it
yes.
Shelby? Did you call it Shelby?
It got me there.
Did you call
Hey, thank you.
It
Thank
worked.
you.
Did you just call it Shelby?
It's Friday. I'm sick, and I have.
Don't
We're all
knock it till you
tired.
try it.
We're all tired. It's fine.
We're all tired here.
It's
I feel
fine.
like Excelgor is like 140. So yeah,
so cool.
I think that's right.
Did you call it Shelby?
Shelby. Yeah, Shelby's like 140
It looks
base
like a
speed.
Shelby. I'm sorry.
Shelby. Next
I
time
can't
I,
think of
have an
anything
Excel,
faster than
next
that.
time I have an Excelgor and like a Nuzlocke, I'm calling it Shelby.
Immediately naming it Shelby.
What's the name of the previous of the basic?
Well, so it evolves.
Shelmet.
It evolves from Shelmet,
Shelmet. Well,
but
Shelmet
and you
was
have to
what I
trade
thought it was.
Shelmet with Carablast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelmet, not Shelby, but
Shelby. Karen.
Carablast.
Shelby and
Karen.
Karen.
And Shelby get traded.
Karen and Shelby. Wow.
We got there.
So much.
They know
psychic
what we're
Excelgor.
talking
So
about.
much
Final
psychic
answer.
damage. Excelgor is correct. It's 145.
Hey!
145. Okay, I was close.
I can't believe
my
that
gosh.
Jushiro's the one who got you there. By the way, with Shelby.
yeah.
The next highest is Alakazam with 120, followed by Gengar at 110. But yes. That gives you guys 7 today. Despite my
Sure.
best
7
I will
very
take
fair earned
7
points.
very fair points.
No help whatsoever or extended time.
There was no help given.
Hey, we had fun.
No psychic damage acquired. There's somebody who like veered off the road listening to this episode. Very upset. So,
Or
that gives
just
you guys,
screamed at the radio.
like I said, 7 points. We caused a lot of road rage today. It's fine. In first place, we've got a 4-way tie between Linny and Cloud9, Sigma, and Sublime with 8 points apiece. Tied for 5th, we've got Seth Vilo and Jushiro with 7.
Heck yeah.
Everybody else has yet to get on the
hard
board.
worked.
There you go. All right. Well, with that,
Oh my god.
we're going to go ahead and get on to the topic.
Hey, Thatch here. A lot of you have been asking how you can hang out with us during the week. Well, the best way to do so is come to our Discord server at puclpodcast.com. You can join our server and you can hang out with us, talk Pokemon, battle, do a bunch of cool things, join in our tournaments. So what's stopping you? Come on over, puclpodcast.com. You can jump right on in and have a good time talking with the hosts of the show, as well as the large community we've gathered over the years. So come on, let's hang out.
Welcome to our topic. Our topic this week is Pokemon that should evolve, but don't, maybe? So we've gone through a list of Pokemon who don't evolve, period, and I think there's a few Pokemon that do evolve that maybe need a little bit more, maybe, that we can talk about. We do have a few to talk about and jump into right away, and I am ready to go about that. So, both Seth...
Let's address the angelfish in the room.
Yeah, okay, Love Disc we need to talk about, right? Like, Love Disc should have become a Lomomola. That is like the biggest renegotiation that's ever happened in all of Pokemon.
Just like, oh no, we found out if you hold the heart scale upside down, it evolves. Yay.
I just don't like that they introduced another heart-shaped Pokemon in the same orientation as Love Disc that's bigger and better. And they were just like, what if they just had nothing to do with each other, though? That would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Before the concept of the whole, like, oh my gosh, what is it called? Not parallel evolution, the whole, like, Toad's cool, Toad's cruel situation.
Oh, yeah. I also think the problem was it came right after, because Alomomola is a Gen 5 Pokemon, right? It came right after Gen 4, where, like, a bunch of Pokemon got evolutions, right?
Yeah, Gen 4 was the slew.
Not giving it to Love Disc kind of, I don't know, it felt bad.
It really solidified, that was really the nail in the coffin of Gen 5 is where everything is different. Nothing is the same, nothing's related to the previous franchise, except the fact that you're catching creatures in balls.
Gen 5 was so close yet so far. I say this all the time. Like, they were very, very close to, like, getting us the soft reboot they wanted. But at the same time, I don't know, like, they tried too hard to replicate the magic that is Gen 1 to make that happen. I'm still disturbed. And I know on the show people have pushed back on me, but like Boldore didn't need to be Boldore for a trait evolution, right? Or Conkeldurr didn't need to be a trait evolution either.
Just Machamp, yeah.
Seismitoad at least kind of cool compared to like Poliwhirl.
Seismitoad fills the let's make a ground water type.
Mm-hmm. But like there's a lot of Pokemon. There's just a lot of Pokemon that are just like, yeah, what if we just like did Gen 1 again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that went over well, at least with me, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you should do Gen 1 again, but if you wanted to do something slightly different, that's fine. I guess that's okay. Also, maybe if you could just like not take the same Pokemon and like copy paste 3 times, that would also be really cool. Looking at you, the monkeys, looking at you, the genies. Granted, the Therian forms are like very, very cool, but they obviously didn't come up with that first. Yeah, they didn't come up with them first at all, right?
No, but that's like their true form, and like they
Yeah.
went through a mirror, and that's like their hidden form. It's like what they are inside, man.
While I agree, they totally didn't come up with those beforehand.
No, Giratina is like that on our world. He's different in his world, where he doesn't need feet.
Again, I feel like definitely Giratina origin form came out after.
Because gravity's all weird. That's why we took away his feet.
I think they just did it, and then they like really shoehorned in the whole like, but if you put all 3 origin forms together, it makes Arceus.
Yeah, I feel like that was just Reddit.
That was very shoehorned, right? Okay, cool. We all agree.
Probably not unheard of. Like, I bet that the people in the design room are like, wait, you can kind of do this. Oh, and they're, let's fine tune that. Like, probably.
I
don't know.
You. I agree with you.
What's another one, though?
Well, on our list we have Skarmory, and I actually absolutely agree with this one.
This one I think needs a Prevo. This one needs to reflect Mantike.
In
my opinion.
You want it to what? Say that again?
I want it to reflect Mantike. Because, Skarmory and Mantine are kind of opposites in Gold and Silver.
They kind of are.
They have the same stats. They have reflected, the 140 is in different places.
I don't know. While I agree with that, I don't know. I kind of want like Skarmory to evolve, or if it gets a pre-evolution, like have a split Evo.
I want to see tiny baby Skarmory. I don't want Skarmory to have the capacity to hold an Eviolite. Thank you.
Oh, that would be bad, actually. You're right. Baby Skarmory, I think Baby Skarmory, but it has to have like a split Evo.
Baby Skarmory, but it's really ugly.
I wanted to have a split Evo just so it could evolve into something different. Skarmory is like really bulky and stuff. I want Baby Skarmory, but it evolves into either real bulky, Speed Skarmory.
Stealth Bomber Skarmory.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's a glass cannon, right?
It'll just be called Armory.
You put, honestly, it could be. You put like the 140 defense into like attack.
Yeah.
No, you do, but like you give it like no defenses, right? That way, if something like sneezes on it, it's KO'd.
Right. That'd be really funny.
That's it. You like put a special, you like put the special attack or something in the attack stat slot.
To do a Mega Beedrill situation. That'd be real funny.
And I think that would be like a really fun balance, right? You put his attack and his special attack and his defense stats. They're really bad. Like attack base 80 and special attack base 40.
There's something here. Like you could do something fun with that where it becomes a split Evo.
Yeah.
And like I'm looking at his Pokedex entries and it says that the reason Skarmory evolves the way it does is because after nesting in bramble bushes, the wings of its chicks grow hard from scratches by thorns. So I don't know, have it nest somewhere else and it evolves into something different. That'd be cool.
I agree with that. I don't know. I think it's a really fun concept. I like that concept. It's just like split Evo Skarmory.
Mm-hmm.
Jushiro, do you have anything?
The wings are blades.
That should evolve?
Well, there's one that did evolve for a time being into Omega, but then took it away.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. my heart.
Omega. And that is Sableye.
My baby boy?
I feel like Sableye needs a little push into something else.
I would loop Mawile into that, honestly.
Yes, I would also loop Mawile into that.
I mean, if they're not going to bring Megas back, okay, so my personal opinion is Z to A is going to bring Megas back, and Gen 10 by association is also going to bring Megas back.
I don't think they'll put him in Gen 10. I have zero faith, but who knows?
I don't have zero faith. I have like 40% faith. Does that make sense? Like, I think it'll happen because we got in Scarlet and Violet, we got the Hisuian forms from.
Those are straight up a form, though. They don't tie to any kind of mechanic.
They are straight up a form, but they purposely made it so all of them made it into Scarlet and Violet. And I think
what if they
if there's a new mega in Z to A, if there's a mega that is not one of like the 50 that exist in Z to A, I believe that they will bring it over to the main game, Mega Evolution, so that you can play with that new Mega Pokemon. Like if Mega Greninja is a Pokemon in Z to A, they will bring Mega Greninja into Gen 10.
Watch this happen. This will be stupid. Watch it be in ZA an actual like permanent not in battle effect, and you can transfer the Mega form of Sableye to the game. That way you don't tie it to that entire Mega mechanic. It just is Mega Sableye permanently.
My honest opinion about what's going to happen, and this might feel a little gross, is that they're going to dilute Mega Evolution. Like, it won't be you have to hold the Mega Stone anymore. No. Well, maybe a little bit. They might nerf it in so much that, like, you don't get the stat increases upon evolution or something, like they did in Gen 7. But I could see a world in which what they do is, and this has nothing to do with, like, making it better, by the way. This will probably only make it worse. But what they might do is they might kind of go, let's go Pikachu and Eevee about it. Where you don't need the held item anymore. Because the last two gens are gimmicks. And gimmicks might be a strong word, but like the thing that they try to make the generation based around doesn't require the held item anymore, right?
I think now that I'm pondering it more, I kind of like where that's going. I think it could be if they lean into the anime a little bit and do the whole Ash Greninja thing where you are so in sync with your Pokemon that it does it. Like now it's a friendship point thing that it can become that.
What I kind of see, and this is like, we're getting into like speculation territory here, but what I really see happening in Z to A, and I know we're supposed to talk about Pokemon that need evolution, but that's fine.
Well, I mean, think of it. We got new evolutions in Arceus.
Mega evolutions are evolutions. What I really see happening is we'll get some new mega evolutions and they're all going to get ported to Z to A. But what's going to happen is it's going to be a breakthrough that you don't need them to hold the Mega Stone anymore or something like that in Z to A. Like it's either going to be, hey, we lost this power if it's in the past, or hey, we learned this power if it's in the future, right?
Yeah.
Which is, it's more likely the past, but they're gonna figure that out. So when we go to Gen 10, you're not gonna need to hold the Mega Stone. Maybe you need to go collect like the Ampharossite or whatever and like keep it in your pack, but they're not gonna have to hold it. And so every Mega Pokemon is gonna be kind of like Mega Rayquaza in a sense. That's in that game. The problem I do see with that, and something that is kind of to your point, Seth, is that I don't see them bringing back Mega Evolution for Gen 10 unless they bring in new Mega Evolutions in Gen 10, right? And I don't see that happening as much, but I do see, like I said, if there's a new Mega Evolution in Z to A, it will somehow make itself into Gen 10.
It'll make its way, yeah. People don't want to have their gimmick locked away.
They don't want their new toys locked away. And I think the big...
Just like all the Galarian forms. Hisuian, thank you.
Nobody wanted Ursaluna locked away, right?
Exactly. It was cool.
Yeah, exactly. And they want to give it a chance to play in VGC, which I think they will. I really genuinely think Gen 10 is going to be a celebration of Pokemon.
It's when the 30th takes place, right?
And I genuinely believe, one, they either just like bring back Mega Evolution, they just call it a day. That's what their gimmick is for Gen 10.
Do a whole like Super Smash Brother, everybody's here.
I think this is the moment to do everybody's here, right? I think by like Gen 10, I think is the highest probability we have of like national decks coming back.
Yeah, agreed. 10th generation, 30th year.
30th anniversary. I think I think they might pull it off and try it. I'm not super confident, but I kind of hope.
What's another one?
I'm with you there. I hope they do.
Yeah, Mega Sableye is just going to come back, but Mega Sableye itself and Mile could evolve. That could be fun.
They could get a regular evolution. Yeah, I mean we've seen that before with Duraludon.
Yeah,
basically.
Duraludon, Applin got some weird stuff.
Applin got it. Yeah,
Pokemon is very good, especially since Gen 7, at subverting my expectations,
breaking their own rules that we've been used to. Yeah,
they've been very good. Like ever since Gen 7.
Give me a Sableye evolution. I'll judge it harshly.
I mean, and Mega Sableye can exist alongside that evolution, right?
Exactly. They can be bestest of whens. You got one for us, Thatch?
I think that also opens up like the ability of like Mega Pikachu and stuff too. You know what I mean?
Oh no. No, what have you done? Charizard Z.
Man, Charizard Z is going to happen and it's going to hurt my soul. The thing that I'm most worried about, I'm not scared of Charizard Z. I'm scared of Charizard A.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm scared of Mega Charizard A and Mega Charizard Z. What honestly, the best course of action, again, to speculate more off this topic that's not supposed to be about speculation.
Yeah.
Is the best course of action is that Charizard gets nothing and that Blastoise and Venusaur get like Mega Blastoise Z and Mega Blastoise A. Mega Venusaur gets Mega Venusaur Z and Mega Venusaur A. Like that's the appropriate course of action.
Yeah. That'll show those anti-Charizard people, both of them.
That calls justice. Bo and I will both be very happy for very different reasons. Okay? I'll be like, yeah, Mega Blastoise Z, here you are, buddy. And Bo will be like, there you are, Mega Venusaur Z, here you are, buddy. And we'll all laugh at Charizard. It'll be fine.
Exactly. I've got one, again. I know that we got one, kind of, but I would like an optimistic, the world is healing situation for regular Corsola to evolve into a larger coral reef.
For topics on this show, I won't explain to you what would require for me to accept that happening.
I know. It would require a lot.
Yeah.
Like we had the kind of situation with Lapras where it's like, actually, due to environmental efforts, it's actually pretty popular.
Yeah, we did save the Lapras.
Lapras was saved.
We saved the Lapras. Let us save the Corsola.
And and Farfetch as well. Farfetch was dying out.
Yeah, that's true. That's because Farfetch'd is its own meme, though, before memes were a thing, where it was just like, hey, the duck brought its own leek so we could cook it.
Right.
And now it's like, yeah, Farfetch'd is much different, especially Galarian Farfetch'd, who's just a boss, by the way.
The duck brought its own leek so it could beat you over the head with
Yeah,
it.
exactly. What do the Pokedex entries for Galarian Farfetch'd say? Now I think you need to kind of know.
They beat you over the head.
Dude, Farfetch'd is like, Galarian Farfetch'd is terrifying.
I'm looking it up. I feel like you're right.
I kind of hope Sirfetch'd comes back, by the way. I hope it comes back.
The Farfetch'd of the Galar region are brave warriors, and they wield thick, tough leeks in battle. The stalks of the leeks are thicker and longer in the Galar region. Farfetch'd that adapted to these stalks took on a unique form. Those are the 2 entries.
That's not exciting. That's not exciting at all.
Oh my gosh, it's got a 90 base attack stat? What?
Galarian Farfetch'd or regular Farfetch'd?
It's just 25 points higher than regular Farfetch'd.
I think it deserves it.
That's the only difference.
That is the only difference, is that it gets 25 points to attack. Why?
They just poured 25 more points into its attack stat. That's the only difference.
Probably to make it good. Farfetch'd itself is like pretty meh.
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. That's base Farfetch'd. They buffed its stats in Gen 7 to do that.
No, they did actually. Oh my gosh.
I'm reading it. Yeah, I didn't scroll down far enough.
Gen 8, yeah, Gen 7, it got a huge boost. Wow.
They just poured 25 points into its attack stat in Gen 7. What the heck?
Okay, to be fair, it did need it. It did need it.
The difference between Galarian and regular is that Galarian is 5 points slower and 5 points slower and 5 points more attack. That's the difference.
Okay, I love that though for Farfetch'd. Good for you, Farfetch'd. Gen 7.
It's finally done with us. Gen 7, but that's where the environmental effect happened.
Normal Farfetch'd needs to evolve.
Regular Farfetch'd.
Regular Farfetch'd needs to evolve. Okay. I think Sirfetch'd is a perfect... They both just need to evolve into Sirfetch'd. I understand why they did what they did with, like, regional evolutions.
Ooh, make Sirfetch'd, but with just the sword, like a big berserker sword.
I just want them to come up with a reason that they both evolve.
Viking Sirfetch'd?
Viking Sirfetch'd. I'm into it. So I want Sirfetch'd...
Give me a war axe.
I want the Sirfetch'd that we know now to be known as Galarian Sirfetch'd, and I want the normal one to just be Sirfetch'd. Make sense? Makes sense. We all agree. I think we can all agree Viking Sirfetch'd is the normal Sirfetch'd.
The regular one. I love it.
I just want regular Sirfetch'd. I mean, okay, they were definitely testing the waters for like making Pokemon evolve that should have evolved, like Linoon and stuff with Obstagoon. But they were just like, but what if we like prevented Eviolite from working on the old ones by just making them the Galarian versions that are the only ones that evolve? And then they got over that very quickly with Hisuian evolutions. And then they also brought to us for a giraffe, which is the best Pokemon ever.
I think Meowth needs to evolve.
Which time? How does Meowth need to evolve into the Pokemon it already evolves into?
I think we need another type of Meowth and it to evolve into something else.
I like to imagine that like they use Meowth as the Pokemon to introduce any kind of new gimmick in terms of like regional evolutions at this point.
I don't know if the internet's hating on it because I try to keep away on the hate. The fact that Meowth has a lot of evolutions, but to my brain, it makes total sense. You know how many cats are there?
No, you're right. No. I actually really like Meowth just evolving into random things.
Right, just keep them coming. I don't care. I want Siamese Meowth, just hairless.
Now the problem I have with it is that I want normal Meowth to also be available.
That's the problem.
Like I will miss normal Meowth. But Galarian Meowth, very cool. I like Galarian Meowth. I like Berserker. I think Berserker is cool. That is a Viking, yeah.
Even fat face Alolan Persian.
I like Alolan Persian. I don't care what anybody else to say. Same with Alolan Meowth. I think they're great. So I appreciate that. I think if we get like a new regional type thing, it should be another Meowth. I'm into it. I would like to see something where like it's like we kind of got that with the regional evolutions like Cubone and Alolan Marowak, but I would really like to see like Pokemon that should evolve or something like that. I would love to see like regular Meowth evolve into something weird based on region, or even like I don't know. I would love to see a region, and this is like a weird idea, where both the regular version, like the Cantonian version or something like that, is available, but also the regional version is as well in the wild, right? Like there's an adapted and a non-adapted version.
It feels very Shellos. Shelby too.
No, stop. Get out of Shelby. Get out of Shelby. Wrong Pokemon. That's Shelmet.
You know one that it was a gimmick that they put out and they really didn't anything else with him, and that's cast form.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's good.
I would like him to evolve, like, he changes form depending on the weather. But what if he evolves into like a weather hazard, a weather, like not rain, a hurricane evolution, right? Or a severe drought evolution.
I think it'd be really cool if, like, I think it'd be really cool if he evolved based on what weather he was in at the time of his like evolution.
Right, and then he sticks on that evolution, and he provides the extreme weather of that weather.
Well, I think, I think like if it evolves in rain, the evolution should have the ability drizzle.
It reaches level 20 in rain. It becomes a drizzle setter. That's cool.
It's a hurricane. Yep.
It becomes a drizzle setter or a drought setter or a hail setter. Well, it's not hail anymore. It's snow. Sand is a little weird because there's not really a sand setter. There's not really a sand cast form, but there should be.
It's not a weather either. Yeah.
There should be like a sand setter. I think that would be very cute because cast form's also just not very good.
Right. It's complete. It was there to showcase the whole weather thing, but then they never continue on with it. And I think
it did nothing with it. Yeah.
Right. Not even when it was new.
It's very gimmicky.
Base 70 across the board.
Poor guy.
And I think it could use like a nice several evolutions that will make him pretty useful at a base. Yeah.
Sandstream cast form. Dun dun dun.
Can we get a cast form that has the Delta Stream ability? That's a flying type.
If it reaches level 20 without weather happening, it has the option to evolve into that. Or Cloud 9, honestly.
Cloud 9 would be really good, actually. That'd be fun.
Cloud 9, yeah. And just be a cloud. A happy little cloud.
I am the anti-weather Pokemon.
It's the cloud that Lakitu floats on.
Right, yeah. Anyway, I think cast form has
as a Pokemon. Full circle, because Yoshi used to be that meme for, like, you can catch a Yoshi in Pokemon if you did something. Do we have any others on that list, Seth? I know we've gone on, but...
we have one that's mentioned. Cyclizar would be cool to have an evolution for.
Now, I put that in because I freaking love Cyclizar and its alternate versions, both of them.
Whoa, spoilers.
I think it is the most disappointing part of all of Scarlet and Violet.
Right, but you can't use them as a bike.
They hyped it up too with like Heath having a Cyclizar as he went into Area Zero, and then we got nothing about this Koraidon-Miraidon connection.
And he has like a good moveset, I think, or unique at the very least.
I think that the Area Zero's dreams still feels like it was the better theory.
I don't know about the dreams. I think the alternate timeline thing was like pretty close, but I also wish they would have been like, if it's an alternate timeline thing, like how do they choose that alternate timeline, right?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit more there that they didn't just grab onto. To be fair, I kind of agree with like Linian, where I think they tried to do too much with Scarlet and Violet a little bit. Like they got a little too ambitious.
I would agree with that.
Blueberry Academy squeezing in all of the Area Zero stuff was kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a plot on a Pokemon game.
And will I say the Blueberry Academy stuff was bad? Absolutely not. Them trying to tie it into everything may be a little bit of a stretch.
Here's a Unova reference, and we're going back to Area Zero, and look at all these things, and look at this thing, and every legendary is here underwater for some reason. Teehee.
They try to do a little bit too much there, but I mean, that is kind of the nature of Pokemon. I feel like if Game Freak does anything, they only try to do too much.
That's their motto.
That is their motto. I agree. If Cyclizar could evolve, that would be cool, though.
They'll do one thing really a lot.
That's why they do a new gimmick every time.
They'll do so many features in the game and then forget to have it work.
They have too many concepts and they just don't have the time to make it work. I think that's more...
Every single one of them's half developed, so when it comes out and people don't like it, they're like, oh, well, back to cut it out.
Yep. That's true. We never let anything cook, you know? It's fine.
They've had time this time around, I hope.
What would you have Cyclizar evolve into, Jushiro?
I don't know, maybe this fighting dragon and maybe this electric dragon.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea.
Based on what terrain or condition it was in, I think it should.
Yeah.
What if that was the case? What if Koraidon and Miraida were just Cyclizar evolutions and nothing more?
What if it's an ATV?
You know what I really want? This is outside this scope necessarily. I want, this cast form discussion reminded me, I want a gravity setter.
Cast form should do it. No, but maybe not cast form.
Ooh, make it an evolution of Minior.
No, cast form. Not cast form, Cosmoem.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Cosmoem as a gravity setter that just then immediately teleports out.
Like Cosmoem itself, or like Cosmoem itself, or like a new Pokemon that evolves from Cosmoem?
Cosmoem. Either Cosmoem itself or some new thing.
Have Minior either evolve into a comet and then evolve into a planet.
Ooh, Minior.
Minior, maybe. I like Cosmoem because it is straight up a neutron star kind of situation.
Right, but it already evolves.
But I'm just talking about a bit different ability. Instead of sturdy, give it...
Okay, gotcha.
Event Horizon. That is the gravity setting move.
Sounds scary.
That would be so cool, though.
You pet it and you disappear forever.
Cosmoem Singularity activated.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be the coolest tag to see flash across your screen?
No, it wouldn't. That'd be terrifying.
That would be awesome.
It's the reason why they were like scared of like the Super Collider turning on in CERN.
And with its expansive move pool of Cosmic Power, Splash, and Teleport.
Oh yeah, all those portals are opening. I mean, we do need more gravity stuff.
Gravity's such a cool mechanic.
Gravity's a fun ability, a mechanic, yeah, that nobody thinks about.
You can play around a lot with.
Cosmo switch in, teleport out to your gravity setter.
Have them, the heavier they are, the more damage they do. Like, there's a lot you can do with
Gravapple, Flapple Cosmoem Core. Give it to me, please.
Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Those are some good ones. Honestly, like, we've been thrown off by how many Pokemon have gotten some form of evolution. Because, you know...
I'm actually really shocked by Gen 4 not having any Pokemon without evolution, except for, like, gimmicks plus Carnivine.
Not counting Rotom as including Rotom in the Legends, Gen 4 has 4 Pokemon to pick from. Pachirisu, Chatot, Spiritomb, and Carnivine. Those are the only things that aren't legendary that don't evolve.
One of those, like, only Carnivine isn't, like, a gimmick, though. Like, Pachirisu is the Pikachu, whatever.
Chatot is the bird.
Chatot's like a weird bird that you're supposed to talk into a microphone for.
That was kind of a game gimmick.
And then, like, Spiritomb is Spiritomb, right? Like, it's meant to, like, you have to go catch it. And then there's Carnivine. Like, I guess Carnivine could evolve.
I still don't get what Spiritomb's supposed to be, but yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so, like, a lot of people like to poop on...
I'm down for another carnivorous plant Pokemon.
People like to poop on Carnivine. I think it's a cool Pokemon.
I wish that it had the PTU thing where its ability was different and also gave it a resistance to bug.
And what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Explain.
Doesn't it have Levitate?
Let me look up, what is Carnivine's? Its ability in PTU, that's the D&D Pokemon game thing, for those who don't know. There's a whole system for playing D&D with Pokemon.
It stands for Pokemon Tabletop United.
Exactly. Carnivine gets a cool ability... I don't know, I think it's called Flycatcher, and it makes it resistant to bug moves.
That's much better than being immune to ground, yeah.
Yeah, as well as levitating. I don't understand why it levitates, frankly.
Because it physically does levitate, I think is the answer.
I know. I don't know why that's its ability. I don't understand that. As a carnivorous plant collector...
Right, I don't know if carnival plants can fly.
Wait, does Carnivine get, like, a hidden ability or not? Like, I'm kind of curious about that, actually.
I'm looking at it now. No.
Wow, it's one of those few Pokemon that just doesn't get a hidden ability.
Yeah, I don't understand why it floats. Venus flytraps do not float. I don't get it.
What games is it in? It's in no games, actually. Like, it...
I'm hunting for the trivia section.
Never mind. It's in Black and White 2. It's Pokedex. It's actually in the X and Y Pokedex as well. So I guess good for you, Carnivine.
Yeah, good on it. But like, give it that ability that's cool. That it grants levitate to make it similar to the game, but also gives it a resistance to bugs, so it's more thematic. And it does something else. I don't remember. It does like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, nothing on the trivia part as to why it flies.
I think it's a cool Pokemon. I like Carnivine.
It's so cool.
It is. I mean, it's a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been dark, though.
That's what the evolution could be. It could be Grass Dark, which is a type that we don't have any of, obviously, and not enough of. Zarude, Shiftry. But yeah. Well, I guess in the mailbag this week, we'll ask you at puclpodcast@gmail.com what Pokemon you think you should evolve. Let us know. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap the topic here, and we're going to kick it on over to our Pokemon of the episode. So we will catch you on the flip-flop.
Episode.
Welcome to our Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 286, Breloom, the Mushroom Pokemon.
It's Alpha Sapphire Dex entry states, the seeds ringing Breloom's tail are made of hardened toxic spores. It is horrible to eat the seeds. Just taking a bite of this Pokemon's seeds will cause your stomach to rumble like Thatch eating a cucumber.
It won't do
not?
that. No, it won't do that. Like, if I eat a cucumber, it won't make my stomach rumble. It'll make my gag
It'll
reflex
make you
kick
sick.
in. Okay? It's a problem. Okay?
You'll feel refreshed and disgusted. That was
Exactly. It's exactly what happens with the cucumber. I tell you guys. I remember I ate those spring rolls I was talking about earlier this episode with the cucumber in them. And like I ate them and I was a champ about it, okay? Because I want to like cucumbers so bad. Okay?
You did a good job, buddy.
I want to like them so bad. I don't know, it's like a weird, like, you know, there's like those foods that are just like, yeah, I just don't like those. And then you have the
right. And then you're an adult and you're like, I am an adult. I should be able to handle this. I should like this.
That's exactly what's happening. And like, I want to handle it. I want to so bad. Okay. I'm trying so
that's
hard.
That's me with olives. Olives are my cucumber.
What do you have a preference over olives? Like, is it like black?
None
olives?
of them.
None of them.
Black.
Okay.
All right.
Nah, but I hate all of them.
You know what? I
just...
appreciate that about you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being this vulnerable with me, Jushiro.
The taste is so strong that it overpowers absolutely everything that it's on,
point.
and it just
This
tastes
is how
like olives. The whole thing.
You're explaining exactly how I feel about cucumbers. Okay,
Both of you are wrong. It's okay.
I love olives. Seth. I want to like cucumbers. You don't understand. Like, I want to so bad. People
That's
put
the
them in
difference
water.
between you and I. I don't want to like Tostitos lime chips.
Okay, moving on.
Breloom.
Breloom. Breloom is the number one Pokemon that I was excited for to see come back in Scarlet and Violet that wasn't in Sword and Shield.
I have loved Breloom forever. It's always been one of my favorites because he's just a silly, punchy mushroom boy, but also is extremely annoying.
I think he's the example of what I like in Pokemon design. I talk about this a lot. I really dislike the trend that's happened in probably the past decade of Pokemon, where like we'll get a new Pokemon, but they base it very heavily off of a real life creature.
Yeah.
Instead of just giving us something, unique's the wrong word, but just giving us something that's just like a monster.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And Breloom is that. It's obviously like based on like a kangaroo a little bit, but it evolves from a mushroom and it is a mushroom.
Kangaroo, raptor, mushroom thing.
Yeah. Yes. And I want that. I want more things where they shove a lot of animals together and give us a Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
That's what I want.
Yep. It's always been, I mean, he's adorable. He's had special moves that before it was only for him, right?
Pretty
what
much.
Was it?
Spore.
Spore was his, right? Before it was
Parasect had Spore before him.
But he was the first useful Pokemon with Spore.
He was the only good one with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was
and I mean,
yes.
honestly,
like,
if we want to think about it,
Breloom, not Parasect.
Focus Punch is basically a signature move for the thing.
Okay.
Even though it's very much not, but like with the poison
there
heal,
was a Breloom V?
Yeah. It's not very good. I think it was from the like battle decks or whatever, but that's the one that I have in my chart right now.
There is a Breloom V. Oh my gosh.
There is a Breloom V.
It's not in rotation.
I don't even think it got a full art.
No, it didn't.
Because it was from like a theme deck in Japan. So
it was from the Pokemon Card Gym Promo Pack 6 in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, the gym promo. That's right. Yeah. And it was just looped into a set of ours. But yeah, there's a Breloom V. I don't think there's been many useful Breloom cards, honestly.
No, not that I recall. Maybe one.
There's not even that many, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, there's not that many Breloom cards at all.
They usually all involve something like to do with putting something to sleep because,
that's its memo.
Stick to a brand.
That's his thing.
There are 2 in rotation currently, or 3 in rotation actually currently.
Really?
Yeah. There's one from Brilliant Stars. That is exactly what you think it is. It is for 1 grass energy, Spore Ball, 30 damage. Your opponent's sleep. For 1 grass energy, Powdery Uppercut. My bad. 130 damage for 1 grass energy, and you can only use this attack if this Pokemon use Spore Ball during your last turn. Then there's the one from Scarlet and Violet Base, which is 1 energy for Mach Cross for 60.
Garbage.
And then there's one from Temporal Forces. 1 colorless energy for Punch as the attack. And a grass and a colorless for 120 Knuckle Impact. And if you use that attack next turn, this Pokemon can't use that attack.
It did have a cool Unified Minds card back in the old days. Where
Unified Mind was not that long ago. Stop hurting me.
I know, but it was one where there was a brief moment in just recently where they had Pokemon of 1 type, but the energy acquired were of a different type. So this Breloom has 2 attacks. It's a fighting type Breloom, but its 2 attacks cost a grass energy, which is kind of cool. It has Spore there, which, puts it to sleep, and then Pre-Dawn Strike, which if the Pokemon is asleep, it does 120 instead of 30. Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like the whole, breaking the... I'm going to use a magic term here because that's all I can think of. Breaking the color pie.
I do like when Pokemon require different energy than their type. It does happen occasionally, still. But I certainly miss it. I will say I certainly miss it.
Yeah. I miss when most of the Breloom sets were Poison Heal ones.
Yes.
Technician's cool and all, and it's probably the better set, but I very much prefer the annoyance of the Poison Heal ones because you slap Poison Heal on anything and it's all over my chart.
Between them, there's better... Between its own Pokemon abilities, obviously there's a good tier ranking, but all 3 of them generally are really good too.
Yeah, they ain't bad.
They ain't bad. Like Technician, just like you said, Technician might be better if you're going for max and min. But Poison Heal is move pool. Freaking badass. Yeah, and then Effect Spore even might be the lesser of the 3, but it's still useful.
It's a way you can legally put 2 Pokemon to sleep in OU.
Yep.
But Breloom's built for Technician even before it got Technician with Mach Punch. Bullet Seed was Gen 3. I don't know, Mega Drain.
Bullet Seed is its unofficial
signature move, sort of.
Signature move, yep.
Force Palm works with it.
Bullet Seed, they give you the TM right after you could catch a Shroomish.
Right after the forest.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 100% meant for Breloom.
Hey, you know that Shroomish you just caught? It doesn't have the ability yet, but in a few years, boy howdy.
When he grows up, he might be able to use this.
You bet you a bottom dollar this guy's gonna.
Now, if you wait a decade and a half, this Pokemon here, you're gonna be able to hold a loaded dice. Okay.
I don't know how do I hold all this damage?
and it's gonna be able to do all the damage. Okay, with just this one.
I think the saddest thing about Breloom from the Pokemon competitive scene is they banned sleep, moves. They banned Spore, basically. And that just kneecapped Breloom, it kneecapped Amoonguss in just general
When did that
situations.
happen?
So it was a year ago at this point, at least.
I'm sad.
Yeah. I don't know if they banned all sleep-inducing moves, but they banned Spore... Maybe not directly, but I think it was sleep-inducing directly.
I don't like that.
And Pop went Breloom,
now.
Pop went...
Oh, he's worthless.
Because I think... Oh, he's worth... he's a cool Technician choice band attacker, but
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying OU is worthless. Not Bray Lumen OU.
Oh, you is worthless is what I heard. Yeah,
I meant OU is worthless.
Yeah.
Because they banned. I didn't know they banned sleep-inducing movies. I haven't paid attention because honestly, I can't play it on carts, so I don't care. But
yeah, I've lost track too, and I've definitely faded.
I'm upset about that actually because I feel like it's still pretty balanced. But that's
a little,
fine.
yeah. I think it was mainly
also
a
sleep's
workaround
not
for Darkrai.
Sleep is not that bad anymore. Since it only lasts like 3 turns now.
It kind of is because of how much everything is power crept. You give 1 turn to something and it just explodes.
Sure. Maybe they didn't ban like the whole Pokemon game being a thing. It'd be fun.
Exactly.
Like they like to ban Terra. They like to ban a lot of things.
But then, one thing is asleep for 1 turn, and then Snowball McGee, Roaring Moon with a boosting energy, uses Dragon Dance. Just
I feel like you should ban Roaring
entire...
Moon then, and not Sleep Moon.
Exactly.
It's fine.
There's so many things that can do that, though. I get it.
You ban them all,
and it was a way to keep Darkrai in the tier. Like, let's be
nobody
real.
wants Darkrai.
Apparently, a lot of people did.
All right. Well, that's Breloom.
Yeah, one of my babies.
Good shiny.
I love him.
Good shiny.
Yeah, it's warm colors.
Yeah, but with that, we're going to go ahead, guys, and we're going to kick it on over to our mailbag. So, yeah, let's go to that. Mailbag time.
It's mail time! Send in your emails! Mail!
Welcome to our mailbag. Our mailbag is the part of the show where you can email us puclpodcast@gmail.com. We usually read your email on the show. We typically have a prompt. Last week, our prompt was, what are your top 5 and bottom 5 Alolan Pokemon? So we're going to jump right on into that. But before we do, reminder, this segment is brought to you by the fictional energy drink, Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Lordly hooves.
And we're going to do something a little bit different today. And we're going to, well, not a little bit different, but something I'm trying to do. We do have a YouTube channel where people leave comments, for better or for worse. I'm trying to highlight them more often when we get them in, because people like to answer the mailbag questions there as well.
Heck yeah. Love it.
I want to encourage that behavior. So with that, we've got this one from a very loyal listener because he comments on pretty much every video.
Awesome.
Mazar Siddiqui? Hopefully I've said that correct. 7288. And he says, my top 5 Alolan Pokemon are Golisopide, Alolan Ninetales, Dusk Lycanroc, Vikavolt, and Decidueye. His bottom 5 are Gumshoes, Oricorio, specifically the Psychic Oricorio, Alolan Dugtrio, Komala, and Crabominable. I feel attacked. That's all. All right, but with that, we've got a few more emails we want to jump into. Our first one is going to be from Reptile, and I believe, Seth, you've decided to read that one.
Yes, that one's me. All right. Aloha to the Alola, Puckleites. Reptile here. I was down on the Alola games when I first played them, but since getting back into the series in its full swing, it's become one of my favorite regions and sets of games. Love the island vibes of the region, and while there's some debate as to how well it treated Hawaiian tradition, I love the consideration for the culture as well. That said, this email is about the Pokemon of Alola, and there are certainly some highs and lows. I'll start with the lows, because honestly, I mostly agree with the hosts on this one. Number 5, how dare you? Celesteela, how dare you assign me this?
I didn't assign you. You said I offered you a different email. I offered you a different email.
I'll continue. The Ultra Beasts, for the most part, are memorable and unique, with wacky and wild designs befitting their alien nature. I can't say the same for Celesteela, which to me just looks like a building and not in the fun way like Stakataka. It's just forgettable and bland? Man of culture. Not detected.
Do you feel attacked?
Yes. So now I'm the one taking the psychic damage.
Yeah, just feel my pain.
Uh-huh. Continuing on. Number 4, Passimian. A rugby Pokemon is a fun idea, especially as someone who played rugby briefly back in high school, and it's a big part of island culture. That said, it seems the designers stopped there with this Pokemon. Not only does it have no evolution line, no interesting design space, not even a signature move or unique niche like its counterpart Oranguru, disappointing.
Oh, it should have gotten a really cool, like, passing type move or something, like a baton pass, but plus, you know what I mean?
Didn't it get something like that? Some kind of weird ability?
Oh, yeah, wait, never mind. You got, like, receiver.
Receiver, that's it, yeah. Weird ability.
Let me look this up real quick. Now I need to know. Gosh, you got me on this.
I'll continue on while you're looking it up. Number 3.
Receiver, the ability. I'm there already. When an allied Pokemon with this ability faints in battle, Receiver will be replaced by the fainted Pokemon's ability. I don't like that. This is actually bad. Okay, continue.
Number 3, Crabominable. It's just ugly, guys. Crabrawler is an understandable and clean design, but Crabominable takes the ideas behind Crabrawler, throws them out, and makes a Yeti crab for some reason. A Yeti Pokemon's a great idea, but why also try and make it a crab?
And we already have one.
Crabrawler is fine. Stop hurting him. Leave Crabrawler alone.
Crabrawler is fine. It's a coconut crab that dines on Amelia Earhart. Number 2.
Oh my gosh, you got that. You know that meme. I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We named our team at our work function where we played trivia, the coconut crabs, because coconut crabs ate Amelia Earhart. I work for the Department of the Air Force.
Yeah. Number 2, Gumshoes. You've said it all on the podcast, but I want to go into detail as to why Gumshoes is the worst regional rodent in the entire series.
This is a paragraph. He wrote a paragraph.
This is an essay. So bear with me while I rant. And remember, this is only the number 2 worst design. Rattata and Raticate are iconic, while also codifying the fear strategy and being one of the most unique, niche things, but still kind of useful Pokemon in Gen 1 OU. Furret is the best, and everyone loves him, even without considering how they walk. Linoon is only a slight downgrade from Furret, and who can say no to Bellydrum E-Speed? Bidoof is the GOAT. Watchog, while ugly and forgettable, is a menace in both normal gyms and Unova and makes for a useful catching mon earlier for learning hypnosis. Greedent is useless and awful, but it's adorable and squishable, so I can't fault it too much. Lechonk is named Lechonk, and Oikalone has an interesting ability, at least during the normal playthrough. Diggersby is one of the only competition in my mind for worst early game rodent, and even then it gets a leg up for its ground typing. Each rodent has at least something going for it, except for Gumshoes, who has several things actively going against it, as well, alongside its unfortunate political implications. I hate this Pokemon, but not nearly as much as my number 1 worst. And, drumroll, Guzzlord. Okay, I'll try to keep this brief.
He failed. He failed.
It's over-designed. It's competitively useless with stats that seem intentionally designed to contradict itself. It's a dark dragon type in a game where all of the best top-tier Pokemon in every match are fairy type. It's just the icing on the cake, though, because the real reason I hate it so much is much more personal. You see, I've been playing through the series collecting a living dex where each Pokemon must be caught in the region it was introduced in. Naturally, for this challenge in Alola, I played both of the Ultra games. Have you ever tried to get a Guzzlord in the Ultra games?
Oh, God.
You have to play the Ultra Warp Ride, but that's not all. You have to get quite far into the minigame, then pray that a Tier 4 white wormhole appears, which I'm convinced is rarer than finding a wild shiny Pokemon, and even then it may not contain a Guzzlord. I have wasted so many hours of my life hunting this Pokemon, and even then, I just gave up. To this day, Guzzlord is the only Alola Pokemon, minus Mythicals, that I do not have in my living dex, and I've settled on just playing through one of the original games just to get it. Well, now that's out of the way, time for the top 5. Number 5, Tapu Koko. All the Tapu Pokemon are pretty cool, and for the most part, glancing over Tapu Bulu, how dare you, could fit in this spot, but Tapu Koko just so happens to be my favorite of the bunch.
Okay, Tapu Bulu needs play rough, Seth.
Yeah, I know, I agree, but I love him. I feel like Ariel, but father, I love him. Number 4, Toucannon. I love the casual angry eyes it constantly gives out. I love its animations and personality. And all shiny Toucannon are bisexual, and we love that for them.
I think Toucannon is just like always disappointed that you think of it as the regional bird.
It really is.
And is just always pissed off because it knows that.
I'm just a Pidgeot replacement.
Number 3. Okay, you get some points here, buddy. Number 3, Silvally. If Silvally has one fan, I am them. If Silvally has no fans, I have died defending my precious scientific monstrosity. I know it's not good, but its story with Gladion and the Aether Foundation is one that I quite love. My brother in arms, you and I, Silvally brothers to the end. He has 2 fans.
My favorite thing is that they talk about there being 3 Silvally in the game, and there's only 2 of them that show up, and then the third one shows up in Sun and Moon. Or not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield.
I found this. I found that this got out of the lab.
It's just randomly in Sword and Shield. It's just there. It's fine.
It's one recovery move and not having to hold its item away from being cool. Number 2, Golisopod. Honestly, competition for the number 1 spot is very, very close, but I think number 1 just barely squeaks past Golisopod. That said, I will die for this creature. Guzma, being one of my favorite Pokemon characters, doesn't hurt it here, but its design is very solid. And the idea of a wimpy Pokemon tagging out after it starts losing is a very fun gimmick.
Full Art Guzma from Sun and Moon is one of my favorite cards.
On to number 1, Kommo-o. Kommo-o is so cool, guys. The idea of using scales as bells is cool enough already, but then it uses those scales to do haka dances, including a unique Z move where it boosts all of its stats by doing a dance. Plus, it's a sick dragon. I used one for my Puckle Badge Bonanza VGC team, and that's only increased my fondness for this criminally overlooked pseudo-legendary Pokemon.
The Z move was also so good that they made it a regular move.
They converted it to a normal move. Yeah, they changed the Z move to a normal move that it just learns naturally now.
It just learns it now, yeah.
That's awesome.
A third of its HP, I think it loses. So, yeah, crazy. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to listen to my ramblings as always, and I hope your holiday season is spent with family and friends. Take care, y'all. Eat this clangorous soul-boosted clanging scales for 125 to 103% guaranteed woke oko.
All right, we've got another email. This one is from a crowd favorite for top 5, bottom 5. Tamal. So, good day, Puckle. As I was driving home from work listening to the latest episode of Puckle, I couldn't help but notice that you mentioned a beautiful email is probably on the way. And I thought to myself that as a goof, maybe I won't email in for the top and bottom 5 topic.
Oh.
But what is the holiday season if not for spreading cheer?
Oh no.
Which brings me to my top and bottom 5 Gen 7 Pokemon ranking. But they are coming over to your house for the family Christmas dinner. Top 5. Number 5, Xurkitree. Come on. It's literally a Pokemon based off Christmas lights.
Oh, it's Christmas themed.
Makes a beautiful display with its glowing body despite making everyone's hair stand on end.
Oh, it's Christmas themed. This is so funny.
Number 4, Necrozma. Okay, this one's a little personal. I live in the Southern Hemisphere, and as such, every single one of my Aussie Christmases has been hot. Very hot. I'm talking 42 Celsius plus. That's 109 plus in freedom units.
In freedom units?
Freedom units.
Just once, if Necrozma could absorb all the light, I'll have a Christmas where I'm drowning in a pool of my own sweat.
No, where they're not drowning in a pool of their own sweat.
Oh, where I'm not drowning in my own sweat. Number 3, Alolan Raticate. This Pokemon is a gourmand. And brings the most delicious Christmas food to your dinner. Only the best meats, cheeses, and conserves for you this year. Unfortunately, their dessert choice is a Panettone with a shot of espresso. But hey, can't win them all. Number 2, Drampa. This friendly Pokemon keeps the kids in the family occupied with its gentle nature, so the adults can get back to what Christmas is all about: stuffing their faces with food, having a little too much to drink, and falling asleep on the couch by 2 in the afternoon.
Tell me, children, do you have any bullies?
Number 1, Minior in all 7 colors.
Do they have coal in their house?
Minior in all 7 colors. First of all, no need to feed them because they just eat dust in the atmosphere. More Christmas ham for you.
Yay.
Second, they light up and create a beautiful display around the tree. When the sun is down, they cast a beautiful rainbow glow above your house. Third, once they're done, they're just going to die and fade away, so no cleanup.
Oh my god! What the?
The only drawback is explaining to your traumatized children why the friendly star Pokemon won't be back again next year.
Oh no!
Bottom 5, Oricorio, pom-pom style. She's a bit like that one ant who gets a little too happy after a bit of bubbly and ends up dancing loudly to singing Rock Ruffin' Around the Christmas Tree, knocks over your Christmas display with her oversized pom-poms and needs to be cut off from the Christmas cheer by a more sensible pa'u style Oricorio. Number 4, gumshoes. Going purely up by looks alone, this unwelcome visitor is basically the one uncle with the less than ideal perspectives on anyone who doesn't look, act, or think like he does. Uses the word woke to describe anything he doesn't like. For example, this bean salad is woke.
This bean salad.
You find yourself cringing being in a conversation for longer than 7 seconds. Number 3, Stuffle. Oh, how cute. Look at this little pink teddy bear. Yes, Stuffle is an adorable little guy until Cousin Jimmy tries to pet it and Stuffle throws himself through the drywall. This is one teddy bear you don't want to get for Christmas. Number 3, Wishy-Washy. Wishy-Washy in its solo form is a tiny fish that looks like a crying child. What's worse than one crying child? Hundreds of crying children. What's worse than hundreds of crying children? Hundreds of crying children that somehow combine to form an unholy abomination that ends up eating all the food, every single present, and your great aunt Mildred.
Wow.
Number 1, Blacephalon. Wow, another Pokemon that can make a pretty lights display? What a wonderful... And its head exploded. Looks like we'll be spending our Christmas in the emergency room having bits of interdimensional clown pulled out of our eyes. Dishonorable mention, Togedemaru, Vikavolt, and Alolan Golem, because they're all Pokemon owned by that horrible little boy Sophocles. All he's getting in his stocking this year is a broken off piece of car coal.
That horrible boy Sophocles. What do you have against iPad kids?
So, Puckle, who would be your Gen 7 invite to Christmas dinner? Or who would be the most unwelcome guest?
Oh my god.
Also, just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you all for reading so many of my emails on the show this year. I've really enjoyed writing these ridiculous lists, and hopefully I can write many more before my gimmick gets played out. It will never get played out. Happy holidays. I'm looking forward to lots more Puckle in 2025. Cheers, mates. Timal. Timal is the content creator that we've all wanted in Puckle and will never get on a consistent basis. All right, Jushiro, you have one more. We have one more email, and you've got it. It is going to be from our friend Shift, and you get to read that one.
It's, hey, Puckle crew, it's Shift again, finally finding some time in my busy schedule of being an in real life conquistador, making a Vanilluxe factory to give you my top and bottom Alolan Pokemon. Top 5. He's pretty much put them in numerical order, but I'm gonna mix them up. I'm gonna go backwards. Number 5, Mimikyu, nickname Peekaboo or Peekaboo. I really like this Pokemon and I like how it isn't your regular Pika clone. I also got it in the same draft league as mentioned. I guess I shouldn't.
You shouldn't do this, Jushiro. Read it as it's written. Read it as it's written.
Right. So let's go back to number 1. Palisand, nickname Citadel. I've always liked Palisand, and as soon as it was revealed, its concept is great, unique, being a living sandcastle. It's also really cool being one of the few special attacking ground types. Number 2, Kommo, nickname Dragon Sword. Originally, I never liked Kommo, and its shiny is horrendous. But that's all changed when I entered the Random Ability Draft League, which I received Kommo, and it became the scariest Pokemon in the league, which included such monsters like Sheer Force Kyurem or Drought Volcarona. But Kommo ruled them all with a combination of a Triage ability, Drain Punch, and Belly Drum, making a one-hit KO the only way to stop it if you could survive to attack.
Drain Punch Triage? Oh, goodness.
Number 3, Golisopod, nickname Trilobite. Golisopod is in the same story as Kommo, which has also received this Pokemon in the same draft league and gave it the water bubble ability, which turned into an absolute monster in battle. And that changed how I viewed this Pokemon forever, and I wish it got a second ability to choose from. Oricorio is number 4, the Pom-Pom version, nicknamed Cheerleader. A Pokemon I didn't care for until I decided to play with it in my playthrough of Scarlet when the game released, and my brother And my brothers, their partners and nephew, now hate this thing. As I trolled them with Icy Wind, a feather dance, when they were playing 2v2 double battles and just shouting, go pom pom bird. Number 5, we went through Mimikyu, nicknamed Peekaboo or Peekaboo. I really like this Pokemon. I like how it isn't just a regular Pika clone. I also got in the same draft league as mentioned before, which made it even better. Now we go to the bottom 5. Number 1, we got Type Null, nickname Experiment 12B. To be honest, I just wish...
He didn't say Silvally. He said Type Null.
To be honest, I just wish Type Null was more different to Silvally by design and have the same ability as its evolution.
The point is that it is the same Pokemon, but with a helmet on, though.
It responsibly masked up for the COVID crisis. I don't get the problem.
Number 2, we got Pyukumuku, nicknamed Squishy. I hate this thing. As someone who liked to play low-tier Smogon battles, this thing is always a pain when it shows up. Number 3, Kartana, nicknamed Shredder. Nice. Let's release a Pokemon with 180 attack, good speed, with Moxie, and a decent typing, and this is why I don't like playing with or around Ultra Beasts.
Fair enough.
Number 4, Crabominable.
I hate everybody.
Punchy.
Stop putting it on the bottom.
What a letdown to Crabrawler. Side note, it's because of Crabrawler. Because Crabrawler is such a great design.
I agree with that.
That we hate to lose it when it evolves to Crabominable.
That really makes Crabominable stick out.
I think my biggest disappointment is that it just comes late game. Honestly, if it came earlier, I think it would be fine.
Crabominable, if it was a standalone Pokemon, if it's a standalone Pokemon and Crabrawler never existed, then it would be decent. But Crabrawler exists, and that automatically makes it.
Everybody hurt my soul a little bit today. That's all I'm saying.
What a letdown to Crabrawler. I don't really hate this thing that much, but still a letdown. See what I tell you? It's because Crabrawler exists. Or they could at least make this Pokemon have better stats. And then number 5, we got a Alolan Raticate, nickname Fat Chance. That's a great. Look how they massacred my boy. Somehow they simultaneously did too little to changing while changing it enough to make Alolan Raticate just not work. It's just Faticate, not Raticate, and I hate it. Thank you for reading my email, and I hope everyone has a wonderful whatever time of the day it is for you, and I must return to making the building that will make ice cream.
To making the building that will make ice cream.
All right. Well, I think I'd give it to, because the only person that doesn't have it is Shift, so Shift can have the Green Taurus badge.
There you go.
And with that, if you want to email us next week, let us know what Pokemon you think should evolve at puclpodcast@gmail.com. But until then, if you want to hang out with us, you can keep doing that at pucldiscord.com. You can, of course, follow us over at Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Facebook. And you can also go ahead and follow us over at YouTube. And if you want to come and hang out at Twitch this Tuesday, I will be streaming at twitch.tv/thepucklpodcast. There will be a schedule up as well on the Discord and everywhere else. Additionally, you can also go over to our Patreon at patreon.com/pucklpodcast if you want to support the show, or you can go to trollandtoad.com and use code pucklpod5 at checkout if you want to buy some Pokemon cards at a 5% discount. With that, though, I have been Trainer Thatch.
Some say I've Jushiro.
And I've been Lord Seth Vilo.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
It's closing time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbyes. It's closing time. Farewell, my friends. I'll catch you on the flip side.